Here's where the story begins. It was like a 13-course tasting menu. His tip, the tip he left was $100. Good morning, good morning, good morning, people of the YouTube, my friendly watchers. Yes, today we're talking food. Yes, the thumbnail didn't lie. That's an inside joke between me and a friend of mine. Do you have inside jokes with your friends? I don't have very many friends, so the fact that there's an inside joke, it just tickles me pink. But it is another lovely spring morning here in the Mid-Atlantic. High humidity, 68 degrees. This video is going to turn into one of those 87-page food blogs that you just came here for the recipe. But trust me, stick with me. We're going to have some fun. Thank you for coming on a ride with me. Now, look, we are in the Mid-Atlantic. We are in the springtime. It's going to be hot later, but it's a nice day now. And it rained last night, so the roads could be a little slippery. I got caught in that rain. FYI, little piece of housekeeping. I recharged the battery on the remote over here at 54%, so now it's 100%. And it just boggles the mind that it lasts for a whole year, or almost a year. That's just crazy talk, right? Nobody expects that, but good job GoPro on that one. This is test number 3 of after doing a factory reset on the Hero 10. It seems to be recording beautifully now. I am very pleased with its performance. And then back to the food, right? It's a weird thing. It's like you need it to survive, but if you eat too much, then you get fat like me. If you don't eat enough, then you lose bone structure and muscle and stuff, and nobody likes that. So it's this conundrum of how much to eat and what to eat. You need a varied diet and all that, yada, yada, yada. I don't subscribe to any of that. Moderation is good in moderation. Oh, downshift. Yeah, so this road is wet, I can tell. We're gonna take it nice and easy this morning. It's, with the high humidity, it feels very nice. Later on, the high humidity will feel miserable, but we're not there yet. We're having a good time. How's your day going? Let me know in the comments below how your day is going. I'll give you 3 or 4 questions. There'll be a test at the end. It's a normal road reality vlog. I like to get the viewers engaged. It's a lot more fun for me. And that's why I do this. It's because it's fun. And maybe I can make somebody laugh. Good morning. She was like, what's this guy doing talking to his bike? Nope, didn't even look back. Okay, good. So as you can imagine, I'm not too discriminate on what I eat. I tend to eat just too much of it. But I also see eating as a chore. If there was a way for me to take a pill, get all the nutrients I needed, and go about my day and save that 20 minutes, plus all the cooking time is ridiculous. But if I could save all of that, I totally would. Just take a pill, drink a glass of water, and then go about the rest of my day. That would be ideal. So all of that is to say that I'm not necessarily a foodie. And all of this ties into why you clicked on the video. Trust me on this one. You know what's funny? Is in my saddlebag right now is a Chinese takeout container that is full of delicious food. Last night I got home and the wife was like, we need to eat this, this, and this. And the 3 things were potatoes, squash, and salmon. So I said, and I came up with a recipe on the fly, willy-nilly, and it turned out delicious. I won't show you pictures because we've seen pictures of all 3 of those things. Plus, I'm too lazy in the editor. But seriously, it came out delicious. Mashed potatoes, salmon cooked with like garlic, and you know, part of the whole 87-page food blog is they tell you where the ingredients came from. I will only mention this. Everything was store-bought except the garlic came from Pennsylvania, from my in-laws. So thank you to my mom and dad-in-law. Thank you very much. It was delicious garlic. But I cooked it all up, and now I have a delicious meal for lunch today from the leftovers from last night. Now mind you, I made enough to feed like 10, so it fed me, and I think everybody else got some scraps. Plus, it took me like an hour to cook. And I don't necessarily like cooking, but hey, if you're gonna be at home with your family, you might as well make the place smell good, right? Usually I'm doing the opposite. Oh, I need more coffee. Coffee, coffee, coffee. Now, coffee has to taste right. I don't do certain brands of coffee because I don't like how they taste. But this one's good. This is Mayorga if you can get it. My local Costco sells it, and the places like the distributor is local. Like the company is local. It's pretty cool. Oh, we're gonna get pole position. Should we do a jump off for my Kaylee 7? I think we should. Let's see, are we gonna get, oh, we got 10 seconds. Maybe longer than that. Let's do it. All right, 2019 Street Glide Special, everybody. Boom shakalaka. Go around the other side. Look at that beautiful bike, baby. Ah, yes, and I even checked my tire pressures this morning. They were aces, spot on, set up perfectly, and this guy's gonna clip me. He was like 2 feet over the line. Now he's veered to the right, back into his line. We're gonna get the green light, so let's get pumped. Here we go. I said, here we go. Oh, come on. They thought about pulling out and they were like, nope, big blue Harley coming my way. Yahoo! Well, we are having a great morning so far. I didn't have to lay on the cold, wet ground to check my tire pressures. I actually got the valve stems to show in the trailer. Ooh, yeah, winning. Now we're gonna be losing behind this RAV4. But anyway, back to the story. And there is a story in here, I promise. As usual, I meandered. If you're new here, well, then you're gonna have to get used to it or go watch something else. Oh, come on, really? You're doing 12 under, go! Hey, that's better. Biker. Yeah. We got the wave from the sport bike. Whoop, cops, they got somebody. Ooh. Pretty bad fender bender. I don't know if you can see that, but there was like 2 or 3 cars involved. Pretty smooshed up, but drivable apparently. Should we check out the new paved road over here? A couple of videos ago, we were stuck over here and the traffic was closed. So I don't know. I think I'm gonna wait one more week. We're gonna go straight. So anyway, I am not a foodie, but here's where the story begins. Because I once was on the fringe, an acquaintance, so to speak, of a foodie. Dude loved good food. Rich foods, expensive foods, you name it. This dude was on it. And he had like a 12,000 bottle wine cellar or something. There's a rumor that he has 2 houses that are connected. They're side by side. And they were originally 2 different plots or plats, but he bought them both and connected them. And he put a wine cellar in between them. I don't know, we're actually gonna ride past it here shortly. What a coinky dink, John. It's almost like I planned it this way. So, back to the story. I was on this guy's fringe, and he wasn't just like, hey, I'm gonna keep John around for jokes and stuff. He was actually a very generous man, very kind guy. And I can't say anything bad about him. He was at the cigar shop. He was a cigar aficionado, and he would buy the most expensive cigars. And when I worked there many years ago, he spent more on tax than I had on a single box of cigars at that point. It was $243 US. It was really ridiculous. And his houses are coming up after this road here. Well, I guess there's still his house. I don't know if he moved or not. So one night we're sitting at the cigar shop. Here we go, right up there. Yeah, I kept my eyes forward the whole time. I don't know how much you saw that, but anyway, one day we're sitting at the cigar shop playing hearts like we always did, and he's like, hey, I'm going out to dinner. Who wants to join me? He's like, John, you want to go? And I was like, sure, that sounds great. So I went home and got dressed up, and then I go to this guy's house, and I got to set this guy's wealth up for you, right? He's got these 2 houses. He's got a 6-figure stereo in his living room with a mounted remote that's touchscreen and all this stuff. And mind you, this is like circa 2005. And this guy is just bonkers because he's got all this stuff, and he's got like a Rolls Royce and a Tahoe with spinners on it. And I don't normally like to record at stoplights, but I got about 1.5 miles of rideable road ahead of me, and this story might take an extra minute, so I don't want to miss out, and you don't want to miss out, because this was pretty cool. And I mean, this guy's stereo in his Tahoe is like $40,000. I mean, it's just ridiculous. So the guy has money, he's not afraid to spend it. So he owned a construction company, and he did a renovation for a restaurant called Galileo's in Washington, D.C., wherein they did not have to close for even one serving or one sitting. I guess they call the fancy restaurants get sittings. And they only have like one a night, so I guess they didn't have to close down for a single day. But he did a complete renovation, so this guy had credit there. Now we show up, and in this restaurant, they've got tons of wait staff, right? We have a table of 5. It was me, the guy's brother, another friend of ours, and his daughter, and him. So there's 5 of us sitting at this table, and we had 7 wait staff. Every time you even stand up, boom, fresh napkin, fresh silverware, yada, yada, yada. It was like a 13-course tasting menu. It was the tasting alcove in this fancy-ass restaurant. And mind you, we rode down to this restaurant in this guy's Tahoe with this stereo thumping and the spinners spinning and all that fancy stuff. And he hands me this wine bottle holder. And let me backtrack just a quick second. We started the evening with a crystal bottle of apple wine. And his brother asked him, hey, how much this set you back, huh, bro? And the guy's like, it's like $800. I about spit that wine back out and said, sir, would you like it back? $800 for a bottle of apple wine in a crystal frickin' bottle. I was like, oh my God. So when we get into the Tahoe, this guy hands me this 3-bottle wine holder thing. It's a satchel with 3 slots in it for wine bottles. And the wine bottles are all dusty as I mean, they got ½ inch of dust on them. They're old. I do not remember the brands or the years, only that they were tasty. And I'm not a big wine guy, but I liked these, let me tell you. Whoa, that bird almost hit me. So while we eat this meal, which lasted like 3 hours, I drank an entire bottle of wine. I was feeling good, but golly, that food was awesome.
I'm on a coastline next to me. I'll calm you down, you'll run away from Rush City.
So we finish up this meal, and I accidentally got a glance at the bill. And the bill was $0. The guy had a lot of credit, remember? His tip, the tip he left was $600. Now at 20%, that's like a $3,000 dinner bill for 5 people. So what is that, like $600 a plate? Oh, we're getting over here. Let's get out of these trucks. Hello, Jaywalker. I don't know if his name is Jay, but I'm not taking any chances. And that's a story for another day. I should tell that story on camera. Go. Yep, put your phone down, start driving. It's pretty bad when the trucks beat you. So I absolutely loved being in this guy's fringe because it meant I didn't have to spend a lot of money on food, which I don't like to do, and I got to eat good food occasionally. He also took me to a Paul McCartney concert where we sat in his box at the Verizon Center. That was a trip, let me tell you. Actually, I should tell that story in another video. So anyway, I'm gonna get on the highway. Tell me, what's the most expensive meal you ever had? Because that certainly takes the cake for me. And until next time, view the video or playlist on screen. Go check out more road reality content, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.